So Andrea's been helping him with latex, right?
Yeah.
But maybe she should watch the video too. So that's going to be what? Course, class number 6, video 6, 7, 8?
Oh, way down the line.
Oh, way down the line. So we got a lot more videos to go.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
100.
How many videos do you expect us to go through?
I think you'll be programming your talking head, and by the time we get to video number 10,
Okay.
and then after that, we're going to be working on where you go from here. You
Well,
know how to take it.
I see. What I really like about the course is that it's not rushed, and that we're taking our time and getting our, it's not something that we put together on Christmas night.
No, and then it's done the
I
next
bet
day.
I bet there are a lot of people that were upset that.
One person said they didn't like me spoon feeding them.
Oh.
But you see, I'm checking everybody's work as we go along, to
Yeah.
make sure it's right. And really, the course is more important than the head. But
Exactly.
it's just my opinion. But we'll see.
But kids, I guess most of your customers are kids?
Not really. I'd say half.
Okay.
Oops, I just made a little mess there.
Okay. And you have a lot more orders for the kit?
I wouldn't say a lot. I have 6 waiting right now.
Okay.
And I'm waiting to market it. I haven't really marketed it since I sold you yours, and I'm waiting until I have a handful of people who are done.
I see.
Who have finished their.
And you need some reviews and
I'd
some
like to-
testimonials.
Yeah, I'd
so-
like for people to talk about what their experience was like.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go into it in a much bigger way. Okay, so that's all you do. You just fill your mold up like that and leave it alone for 3 hours. Now I feel like I splashed a little bit on my face. I hope I didn't put it in my Rock-afire shirt, my t-shirt. Just on my face.
You look good.
right?
I like that shirt too.
Okay, there we go. So now I got to remember what time it is. What is it, 9:30?
It is 9:46.
9:46? Okay,
I'm not
so
tired.
10, 11, 12:46, so 1:45. Let me see here. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 3 hours and call it empty the mold.
You work all night, don't you?
Yeah.
Set the alarm for 12:47 a.m.
Yeah, Carrie's coming over tonight, and we're going to be working together
Oh,
for
boy.
the whole night, as a matter of fact.
You guys are night owls.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so that's all we need to do here.
Okay.
Now I just need to find my my flashlight again.
And Carrie's the one who spray painted the
Yes.
Gary gargoyle. She did a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make some more of those too. Tonight she's coming over to help me make packing material.
Okay.
We make our own packing material
I always saw that.
out of shredded whatever. Okay. So these are all the molds for the Rock-afire explosion and other characters that we've created over the years.
Yeah.
For example, there's the Wizard of Oz stuff, and you'll see up there there's a Santa show stuff on the very top that was created in the 70s, and we just still keep it.
That's so cool.
And you know,
This
and the
building
mold,
is the best place ever.
like for example, you know how you like the
Are you a Rock-afire explosion groupie?
Yeah.
you know how you like the lizard?
Yeah.
This is the lizard's skin.
Oh.
The other side of this.
The lizard.
That's what. Hold this for me.
What's the lizard called?
I'm calling him the lizard, but really he's
He's a dragon.
He's a dragon.
Oh, okay.
It's a fire-breathing dragon. It's really
Oh my
heavy.
goodness. It's like a bathtub.
No, I don't know if there's any spiders in here.
Wow.
But look at that. You see how it's got a pattern like a lizard?
Yeah.
Or like a dragon?
What was that pattern made with?
I don't know how he did that. I don't know how he did that, but he found something that did that. You know, and it was in the clay. So this was actually a big clay piece that this was
Wow.
taken off of the clay.
They have so much stuff here.
I've heard that before.
Wait, is that Duke mask or is it a Mitzi mask?
Okay. You know what I want to keep my eyes open for?
What?
The mold for the Billy Bob's guitar. So if you see that around here, let me know.
Okay,
Does that was something that people went crazy over?
that's his
Yeah.
son. Right there. And is that Duke?
Yep, that's a Duke. Sure is.
Who's that?
That was a character that we just never finished. It was going to be, I don't know what it was. Hippopotamus, maybe? Not really quite sure.
Cole, what you do with that can?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's Fats' chest.
Yeah.
And then these are the Moon Rockers masks. There's the dragon's head.
And that's what this is.
Yeah, in fact, this looks like this is a fiberglass piece. That
Moody bird?
No, that's not Ladybird.
that's actually
Oh, it's the dragon. Okay.
But I can't tell you right off the bat why we have a fiberglass piece of that sort. I'm not sure.
Dragon tail.
I like the Billy Bob.
And there's some more dragon tail.
There's dragon tail there.
I saw it.
I've forgotten what some of this stuff is.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there it is. There's a Billy Bob that I like.
Yeah, that's the one with the creepy face.
No, he's not
His
creepy.
mask melted on.
I don't think he's creepy. I just think he's...
Well, look, here's what the spiders look like. You see, there's some dead ones
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
See them in there?
Mm-hmm.
They just, when they die, look at that, they just stay. In fact, it looks, I don't see the ones I normally see, but there's a big one there.
Yeah.
And what happened to his face? It melted?
His mask just melted right onto his mechanisms.
Whoa, you have a rainbow.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them over there.
Yeah. You have Smitty Super Service Station right over there, too. What?
I'm just thinking,
Thinking what?
these aren't as creepy as Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, actually they are. Just kidding, they're not. Oh, look over there. Look at this.
I bet you were surprised by the whole Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I was, and I kind of welcomed it though.
Well, yeah, because you got a lot of interest
Yeah,
in the
that's right.
animatronics, yeah.
It's funny that some of the showbiz
Oh my
fans,
goodness, they have
the
so many-
Rock-afire fans, took such offense to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Uh-huh.
They have so many cool stuff here.
Yeah, so here we have I can smell a cat down here. A cat got in here,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
and I can smell it down here somewhere. As far as I know, he could even still be in here. I don't know how he would have gotten out if I closed the doors after he got in. But anyway, so we have some used characters here.
There's Rolf,
Yeah, there's a Rolf back there,
there's Beach Bear,
and an Earl, and a Beach Bear,
and
and a
Uncle
Duke.
Clunk's hair.
That's right. That's a real dirty one too. And Beach Bear. And there's some mini Billy Bobs on the stages up there.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of them.
And this is where I keep the Wizard of Oz characters: the Tin Man, the
Yeah.
Scarecrow, and the Bad Tree.
The bad tree.
Uh-huh.
Are you selling any of this stuff?
I would, but nobody's, willing to pay for it. What I'd need to sell it for.
Do you have anything?
Because these
that-
characters are actually in good shape.
Oh.
There's no junk down here. I sold all the junk, the stuff that was broken or had been abused, but this stuff here has been very lightly used, and so a character down here, is still a good character. Wouldn't take much to put him in perfect shape. Just a new mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever sell choo-choos?
Yeah. I have now, not the whole mechanism, but just the
Yeah, just the fur and
Just-
stuff.
just the character. Yeah, I've actually made a mask, choo-choo mask for a few people, and I can do that if somebody needed me to. All right, let's go through here.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you something that every Rock-afire fan worth his salt knows what this is.
Okay.
What is this?
The last Rock-afire explosion.
That's right. The last one, and still in crates.
When was it created up?
1983.
What happened
wow.
to Chris Thrash?
He had his show. It was in his backyard.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he decided he wanted to open up a restaurant.
Showbiz Pizza Zone.
Like everybody else, he went out of business.
Yeah.
And he lost his show. He lost his restaurant and his show and everything else. This is probably what everybody keeps asking me for. But this actually goes on one of my Rolf and Earls. That doesn't have a costume. People write me and say, I saw an Earl in your warehouse. Can I have it? I said, no.
You get that a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. People take videos, and walk around and they go, then look through the videos and try to find stuff they want.
Oh, that's funny.
I said, could I interest you in a forklift? No, I want that Earl costume.
So the
Can I interest you in any mills?
No.
These are some terrific looking mills.
So the animatronics kit, you said there was going to be a Fats and a
Billy Bob.
A Billy
Billy Bob mini mask. When are you going to release those?
Well, the Billy Bob mini mask. Well, as soon as I get caught up.
Okay,
In
yeah.
fact, remind me. We'll go back upstairs.
Uh-huh.
Remind me. I'll show you the sculpture for the.
Oh,
Billy
you've
Bob.
already made it. Okay.
Yeah, I already had the sculpture made for the Billy Bob. All I got to do now is put plaster on it and pull them out.
Okay, and you're still going to sell them for $150?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were gonna sell a choo choo, how much would you sell it for?
You mean just the raw choo-choo mask right out of the mold?
Yeah.
It's not too much. It's not a big mask.
Yeah.
It's a small mask. It's not like a Fats mask.
That's
right?
just the latex. No.
Yeah, I know.
And then you have to paint it or do whatever you
I
want
have
with
an
it.
airbrush.
You know how to airbrush?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you don't have it yet?
Yeah, but I'm getting one.
Okay.
And you can see the termites are having a field day with my speakers.
Yeah.
And anything else that's made of wood around here.
So you can actually, you'll take orders for masks
Yeah.
when you get around, but you got a backlog that you got to.
Well, I try to turn them out fast. Like for example, I turned out those tuning knobs
Okay,
right away
I see.
as soon as I sold that guitar because she wants it right now.
I see.
So I squeeze in making masks. along with
Okay.
everything else. I don't make you wait until I finished everything else I want to do to get a mask out. I can pretty much turn those out. Probably a 2 week. Give me 2
Oh, wow.
weeks.
Okay.
And I can get a mask out.
Whoa. This is J Fats.
That's right.
I thought somebody already bought him.
Well, I actually did make him for somebody who paid for him, but then they didn't ever finish the deal, so I ended up having to
The
keep
way
it.
it goes, isn't it? Wow, and how many moving parts are on one of these things?
Well, this is exactly like Fats.
Uh-huh.
Fats has the fewest number of parts
Okay.
of all the characters, believe it or not, because all he does is his arms go up and down, move left and right, and his body moves back and forth, and he's got all the head movements of Billy Bob.
But every one of these,
Every valve does
every
something.
valve does it. So he's.
Yeah. Like at one end is his mouth, and the other end is his toe tap.
So I see what 32. Is that what I see?
No.
Approximately.
No, I don't think it would be 32. I think it's
Or-
16.
Okay, 16. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
This
It just.
captain.
Okay, so in and out. I see. Okay.
There's a bunch
So he's got. That's a lot of. That's a lot to put into an animatronic when you think about it.
Yeah, and it's enough. It's the right amount for him.
Okay.
What about the costume room?
We're gonna go see that too. But first, let's go around this way. I'm gonna show you. Everybody likes to see the graveyard of 80s audio equipment.
Yeah.
Here we go, Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Does it still work?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
My engineer helped me soup it up too. He got some kind of mod that goes in it that makes it go
Speed
a
up
lot
hack.
faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen those. That's the only way to play Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That and you just need a beer and pizza to go
Right.
with it. Yeah.
Then you got it all. And of course the termites like that game too. It's untouched except for by the termites. But down here I have a lot of equipment that I thought was so special that I wanted to keep it in this special lockup room. Even had a security camera keeping people because I had so much stuff walking out the door back when I had.
Are these electric typewriters here? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I figured we'd need those, so I kept a slew of those. And there's my Radio Shack color computer.
Okay.
And some more apples to replace my apples if I need them.
Okay.
DBX units. There's a Hammond B3 organ back there.
Uh-huh.
And you're about to take a look to the left. That's the world's largest pile of broken TAC 40-4s in the world.
Oh.
Every time one of the restaurants tape decks failed,
Uh-huh.
they sent it back to me. And even if it was just like a channel needed adjusting, they sent it back to me and I'd send them a new tape deck.
I see.
So I ended up with this big pile of tape decks. And there's a lot of the original master tracks, multi-track recordings of all of our shows.
Wonderful.
The studio.
Yeah, so we can go straight back through there.
So
and
you,
go into the studio.
you sleep here at night? Just kidding.
Well, this actually I did.
Okay.
Before I decided to use my RV, and this was long before the blast.
Yeah.
The studio was the only room that was air conditioned.
I see.
So I moved that mattress in here and actually slept in here some nights when I wanted to stay here. But that was
Sound room? Nice.
Yeah, so this was the studio. I had to move everything out of here when the blast occurred because it was flooded. So the water came up several inches and it flooded the carpets. So, but I do want to put this back together one of these days and I'll record again. I have several songs I've written and I'd like to record them, and I'd probably like to record them in here. This is, yeah. So I'm actually working on the song here now. I like that organ sound.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like a Hammond. And this too.
Do you have a Fender Rhodes?
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I like that little piano. So you'll see when my new song comes out. I've got two new songs coming out, actually. And I wish I had time to work on those, but as you can see,
You're busy with
I keep
all
busy.
these different projects.
I keep busy with lots of projects. You're right,
Mm-hmm.
and I just try to prioritize everything.
And sometimes you don't complete a lot of projects, right?
Well, there's a lot of projects that are uncompleted,
Uh-huh.
but that doesn't mean they're not going to be.
Right.
Now-
just need more time.
Now, I tell you what, we're going to go back up the way we came down because I wanted to show you the
Can we-
Billy Bob sculpture.
Can we also see the boardroom?
Yeah, we're going to go, that's
Okay.
right, we're going to go see the boardroom and the costume shop, and all of that stuff is in the hallway upstairs. So that's where we're going to go next. Oh, did you want to peek in here? This is a carpentry shop. There's not a lot of interest except for the car, the three-wheeled car
Oh yeah.
that I invented in
The
1973.
yellow one.
That got 9 miles to the gallon of gas, and this is what actually I launched creative engineering to build.
I saw you in the video driving this thing.
Yeah, I drove it to South Carolina and back.
Did you really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I even went up on the interstate. Got pulled over by a cop. And he pulls me over and he says, "What you doing on the interstate with a lawnmower, boy?" I said, "Your officer, this is a legal vehicle, as you can see. It's licensed." He says, "Yeah, but it's barely going 40 miles an hour." I said, "Well, you know, I don't want to blow anybody off the road." I was tooling down the road.
It's got a muffler, so
Yeah.
it's legal. It passed inspection, right?
That's right. It had an inspection sticker and it had a license plate.
Okay.
And it was insured.
Do you have anything for sale in this building or anything?
Well, you know, I have some posters. Do you like posters?
Yeah.
I got posters and those mini masks. Did you see those mini masks?
Yeah, I have like $400.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. I've been saving it.
But I can make masks too. Like you mentioned, for example, a choo-choo mask. I think this is my choo-choo mold right here.
Oh yeah.
So I could pour up a choo-choo mask for you and send it to you, or any other character, or those little mini masks. Those are always cool. And I've got some 45 RPM records. Like you've got, which ones do you have already?
I have the one with the fat commenter, and I have the regular one with Duke.
Oh, see, I've got several more of those. And
I think I'll save my money, and I think I'll buy a mask because I really want a choo-choo mask.
okay, well, you know how to reach me. As soon as you're ready, just let me know,
Okay.
and I'll put it on high priority for you guys. Y'all are real special to me because you're my kid, you're my student.
Oh yeah.
And my students take high priority in my life over everybody else because that's where my future is with my students and figuring out how I'm going to, like right now I'm just dealing with 20 students. But what I want to figure out is how to deal with you know, 20,000 students.
So you need mentors.
So I'm learning on you guys, and there's really
Maybe one day you can help another student.
Yeah.
Like
and-
Aaron's helped you.
and there's so there's really nothing that any of my students could ask me that I wouldn't try to do.
The hard part is making the modules.
Yeah, and you know, I'm going to get that down too.
Okay.
Now, I can have those modules stuffed in China, but I'd rather buy American.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm totally into that. So I'm teaching people to make the modules for me.
Oh, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Is that-
Okay.
Can we see the hard luck bears soon?
Oh yes. Thanks for reminding me. Now here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the mini baby dragons. Except it's not as mini as the mini one.
Yeah, that's right. This is
Oh,
the
wow.
size for the kit.
It's like
So that's the mold, right?
That's clay.
Is it gonna
Okay.
be painted?
Wow, who did that?
My artist, really from the '80s, Little Nancy.
Wow, she's really
And
talented.
those are
Yeah.
the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And,
the next.
and you've already done the fats as well?
No, haven't done that
Okay.
yet. That would be next.
Okay.
But the dream is, the idea is to do them all.
Okay.
So that you can have,
Your own.
and run all off of tones.
Oh,
You can create your own
wonderful.
shows, or you can play the shows, you know, that I've been programming all these years.
Yeah, I'm gonna create my own Rock-afire program.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
That's why I'm gonna buy a changing mask if I
Okay.
want to.
All right, that sounds great. Well,
So
I'll
you like-
definitely make you one.
So like you make any of these masks?
Yeah, I can make any mask.
Any mask?
Any
Cool.
mask. I sure could.
Okay.
And just to test that, one time I made a really difficult mask. I made the
The moose?
moon rocker mask.
Oh, the moose.
That was so hard. That mask was this big.
I know.
That was so hard. But that didn't have a lot of interest, so nobody really wants a moon rocker mask.
There's a bunny bird over there.
Yeah, so that's where Carrie and I were airbrushing all of the masks. In fact, if you look, you can see we've got a bunch of little masks here that we are going to start painting.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
started.
so you make the little ones and then paint them and then do you sell them on eBay? Is that what you do?
well,
or-
we haven't yet. What I was planning on doing
Mhm.
is, and this is just a practice. You can see that one there is just a practice.
Giving
mask.
them to the people that purchased the Bashy Bug.
Yeah, or help us. We're going to do a Kickstarter project, either for the kit, because what I want to do is make a lot of those kits and get them into school systems.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be great.
So yeah, but I think I want to practice on you guys.
I
So there's a couple of things I'm hoping for that you guys are going to achieve. Besides successfully finishing your kit, I'm hoping that there's a lot of things that you're going to learn and that Cole will learn, whether it's audio editing or whether it's synchronization or whether it's performance or mechanics, whatever it is. I'd like to see where it takes him. And then I'd also like to see where it takes you guys as a family. Because what I'm imagining, I don't know if this is true, what I'm imagining is it gives you and Cole something to do that's an ongoing thing.
It's been great for us.
You know?
Yeah.
And that alone
Yeah.
makes it something special that he'll
Yeah.
remember forever.
Right.
Because one night my dad and I built a crystal radio that
Wow.
changed my life. This is one night. And my dad didn't know anything about electronics or mechanics. He had as hard a time putting together a screw and a nut as I did at 4 years old. So together we were, the blind leading the blind, putting together a
Right.
lead kit. And but it changed my life.
Yeah.
And it set a path for my dad and me to be friends forever.
Yeah.
And then when I started creative engineering, my dad went off to law school. When he came back from law school, he became my attorney.
Oh wow.
So he was right there for me the
That's
whole
awesome.
time.
That's awesome.
That we were
Yeah.
developing. And it all started with that crystal radio.
And we saw in one of your videos, your mom was also your art director.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That was the one for for your friend who passed.
Yes. Yeah. So we really had a tight family. Still have.
That's
a tight
awesome.
Family.
A family business.
Yeah. And it all started with, one of those father-son projects. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, Cole and I, we certainly have enjoyed the kit together.
Well, good. And
Yeah.
of course, I'm right there. If you ever need me
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
goes wrong or I didn't explain anything clearly enough, you can call me up and I'll fix it for you or tell you what to do. And if anybody screws it up so bad that it can't be fixed, then they just send it to me,
Send it to you.
and I fix it.
I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a model midget character
Yeah.
in good shape,
Mhm.
with all the movements and the servos for the eyes.
Yeah.
What a that's a lot of work. Just look at all the work that was put into this goal.
Yeah. And it's even the same
And
stuff that
and all these things were made by hand, right?
Well, this is an air cylinder. We
Okay.
bought the air cylinders.
Okay, you bought the air cylinders.
But I think these are actually Creative Engineering air cylinders.
Okay.
We had our label put on them. But
And is this when you had a staff here working
Yes.
on it? Okay. So,
It's really cool.
but how many hours would it take to put together something like that?
one person putting this together. I mean, after you have all the parts and all the parts are made,
Mm-hmm.
it probably take you a week or two.
Okay, good 80 hours then.
Mhm.
That's why they're expensive.
Look at all this.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff.
But the design,
Mhm.
all the design time that it took.
That,
months of
exactly.
design,
Design time,
maybe a year
yeah.
of design.
Even more, yeah. Wow.
So yeah, this is the costume shop, and the costume shop.
And so
was-
you had full-time designers and
Yeah.
everything else. Wow.
Yeah, many of them.
Wow.
Yeah, we're all working on different
So
projects.
all these so when Showbiz closed up shop, you had all these people were unemployed. What did they do?
They had to go.
Did
They had to
they
go.
just
They
first?
just
Mm.
went
I mean,
out
how
into
do you market animatronic skills? You know.
Well, they went to Disney and
Oh,
Universal.
okay. Guess down here in Orlando, you have that.
So
Yeah.
a lot of my people ended up at Universal
Okay.
or Disney.
Oh wow. Okay.
But a lot of them are angry at me still 30 years later
why is that?
because it's my fault that they lost the greatest job they ever had.
Oh.
Look at this Fechter stuff. This is so cool.
This room was destroyed by the blast.
What?
Yeah.
The shock wave came above this room and down through these ceilings.
Uh-huh.
All these ceilings were destroyed. The water went off. You couldn't even find these costumes because they were buried underneath so much rubble.
You know, the first rule of leadership is it's always your fault.
Yeah, I was heartbroken that the people I cared so much
Uh-huh.
about felt that way about me,
When I
but I've totally gotten used to it.
when when my birthday is, I had a Rock-afire explosion cake. I'm gonna get one.
Ah, good. Yeah. So
See, look here. Here's the walk around costume. Cool.
For Billy, and there's some up there too.
yeah, this is a walk around head, and there's some Duke stuff in there, and there's my walk
There-
around costume.
There's that's the one you wear.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
one I wear
Okay.
every chance I get
So
when I'm not busy.
we saw how much are those going for on eBay?
$4,000.
Wow.
You saw one for 4,000?
That's what he said. Yeah. There's
Oh.
one right now I saw at least 2,000.
Yeah, I've never gotten more than
Uh-huh.
a couple thousand for. a
Okay.
costume. But I'm surprised. Let me know. Send me a link.
Okay. I'll send you he's the one he said he saw 4,000, so
If it's still,
he, he's on eBay every day.
Yeah. I have a few things up myself. The two masks.
I just sold something on eBay, so
Yeah. Every once in a while I'll get into an eBay mode, but I haven't been on eBay for a
Look
long
at
time.
this.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that was actually see how it melted?
Yeah.
But this was actually a talking mask. See, it had a servo controller in it. It's stuck now. But inside, it had a servo motor, which I think is still there. There it is. That operated the mouth, and it was controlled by radio frequency. So someone could wear this head,
Oh, wonderful.
and the mouth would work in synchronization with the show tape.
You don't see anything like that today.
Yeah, and people didn't understand how great that would be, and so
Yeah.
I didn't make them. I
Okay.
built prototypes, and then
Today you wouldn't even need RF. You could just do Wi-Fi.
or Wi-Fi. Yeah, you sure could. Yeah.
Easy. There's Lily Bird's costume.
Now what's funny is I'm going to show you something unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
This piano represents the hugest improvement in animatronics that I ever experienced. What happened was, I started with tones, the same as I'm teaching you guys, because tones are easy. Tone comes on, the mouth opens. Tone goes away, the mouth closes. Very simple. However, it has a drawback, and the drawback is that you can only get 5 tones on a track of tape before they start interfering with each other.
I see.
So you can't get like 100 tones on a track of tape, 100 different tones. It just won't work. But if you have a multi-track recorder with 5 tones on each track,
Mhm.
well, you're in like Flint. But we didn't have multi-track recorders that had 100 tracks on them back then. So what were we going to do? Well, in 1979, my executive vice president, Greg King, saw this piano at the mall. And it was a player piano. See that? It has a cassette recorder in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can press record and play a song, and then rewind and play, and it plays the song back, pushing all the keys. So there were solenoids in there pressing the keys, and there was something in there sensing the keys that you pressed and storing them on a cassette. 88 keys on one track of tape. To me, that sounded amazing. How are they storing 88 signals that perfectly play a song that I play? That sounded like an animatronic controller to me. So we bought one of these pianos, we took it apart, we found the electronics inside worked perfectly for animatronics, and that is what we went to after tones.
Okay.
And we started buying these pianos and taking the
Oh,
boards
just
out
taking the parts out.
and then throwing the pianos away.
Oh,
because
hilarious.
the pianos cost $3,000,
Uh-huh.
but we could build a controller for animatronics and sell it for $10,000.
But you couldn't go to the company and buy the.
Well, we were afraid to tell them what we were doing because it was so magnificent. We thought for sure they'd get mad.
Oh, I
but
see.
once we did finally go to them and say,
Uh-huh.
"Can we just buy the boards?" They said, "Sure."
Ah, that's hilarious.
They were happy to sell us their boards.
Uh-huh.
They didn't know how marvelous their boards were. They were selling to us. They were like us. We would never sell our control systems to anybody else, right? But they were happy to sell us their boards.
Okay.
You know,
It's Uncle Clunk.
it's so funny. That's the difference between an engineer and an inventor. An inventor would cherish this and never let anyone know how it works. An engineer will hand you the schematic
Yeah.
Uncle
and
Clunk.
not even think it's anything special.
Here's Uncle Clunk.
That's right, a whole box of Uncle Clunk stuff.
Stuff in there.
That's funny. Funny story.
I know. And we are still to this day using Marantz piano boards in our Rock-afire Explosion.
Oh wow.
Still to this day. There was never anything better. And I kept that a secret for so long because I didn't want all the other animation companies to get a wind of how I solved the problem.
Oh, I see.